Okay, sometimes charts looks consistently with the numbers or the data that is almost in the particular range. However, that sometimes we might encounter some of the months that have an exceptionally different data that is bigger than the rest of the months, just like this example. Suddenly in April, the value shoot up to 500, and that particular column is larger or longer than compared to the rest of the month, and the rest of the month looks a bit short and difficult to see. So if we have these situations, how should we tackle it? Here is where I'm going to show you what we call a truncated column. Yeah, first thing first, of course, you need, this is your actual number, and perhaps maybe I created another column, I insert another column, and then I add this particular here, and I say this actual, right, with the same data set. But the only thing is that this the current one, I turn it to 50. I aggregate, right? This is the actual count, and perhaps I make this column as aggregated count. And what is in the aggregated count is that to bring the large value down to something similar to the rest of the data set. So let's say instead of 500, I make it to 50. And you will see that the chart back to normal, 50, right? But I have something in mind that the actual data is 500. So now this doesn't make sense, right? It's supposed to be 500, now turn to 50, doesn't make sense. What I would do, I click on this data set or this data label, right click, format data label. Instead of using this value, I add value from cells. Where I add it from, I add the actual value inside, and I just click OK. And you'll notice that two values is being shown. What you need to do is to turn off this value and just remain the 500 actual value. And now you have the actual value, but the chart looks a bit weird because this is 500 and this 44, but it doesn't go according to the scales. So what I need to do is to add a truncated symbols. It's an international symbols. How to create the truncated symbols is to add a shapes of a box, right? Just add a box, a bit big also, never mind, and make it to white color, and the outline make it to black color. So we have a box, a shape. What I need to do is I copy, Control C, copy it, right click, paste it as picture. Why? Because I want it to be in the picture so that I can go to crop the side. So I don't need the side line. I just want the top and the bottom part, and make it back to small and bring it over to this chart. Perhaps make it a bit thinner, not so thick, and then tilt it a bit to about 45 degrees and put it on top, slightly on top here. So this is called a truncated symbols, whereby it's an international symbols where people look at this, they know that this particular bar is being truncated. From 500, it brings down to the level of scales looks exactly similar to the rest of the column. So this is called a truncated column chart, right? So try it out, see whether you can create this with the steps that I have walked you through. Pause whenever that you think is necessary, right? Go ahead and try it out.